The cell is the basic unit of life. All living organisms, including humans, are made up of cells. Cells are incredibly complex structures that are responsible for carrying out all functions necessary for life. Inside each cell are varieties of organelles that perform specific functions. The mitochondria, one of the most vital organelles inside the cytoplasm of the cell, is sized from 1 to 2 micrometers long and 0.1 to 0.5 micrometers wide. It is round to oval in shape. Sometimes some scientists term its shape as ovoid. Mitochondria are mostly located at sites of high ATP consumption. Such include the muscle and heart cells. They can contain about 5,000 mitochondria per cell. Some cells, like matured red blood cells of mammals, do not have mitochondria at all. Mitochondria utilize aerobic respiration to produce ATP, which serves as the primary source of chemical energy of the cell. Due to this pivotal role in energy generation, scientists commonly refer to the mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell. The mitochondrion is composed of 4 distinct compartments, each carrying out specialized functions. These compartments include the outer membrane, the inner membrane, the intermembrane space, and the matrix. The outer membrane. It is the outermost layer which encloses the entire organelle, offering protection to the contents within the mitochondrion. It is a semipermeable membrane, composed of phospholipids and proteins. The outer membrane is perforated into pores termed as porins. The porin is a voltage-dependent anion channel, VDUC, that allows passage of ions, metabolites, and other smaller molecules into the intermembrane space. The outer membrane also contains enzymes involved in elongation of fatty acid, oxidation of epinephrine, and degradation of tryptophan. Such enzymes include monoamine oxidase and fatty acid CoA ligase. The intermembrane space. This is the space between the inner and outer membranes of the mitochondria. Due to the permeability of ions and other molecules through the outer membrane, the intermembrane space looks similar to the cytosol. During oxidative phosphorylation, the intermembrane space makes use of protons accumulated inside of it to create a proton gradient, which stimulates the ATP synthase to generate ATP inside the matrix. The inner membrane. It is characterized by inward folding known as cristae. The cristae maximize the surface area of the inner membrane, enhancing its ability to produce more ATP. In a liver cell, the area of the inner mitochondria is 5 times larger than its outer membrane. In some other cells, like the muscle cell, the ratio of the cristae to the outer membrane is even greater since they require a higher amount of ATP. The inner mitochondrial membrane contains 3 types of proteins. They include proteins that carry out redox reactions of the electron transport chain, ATP synthase, which synthesizes ATP, and transport proteins that regulate the movement of molecules into and out of the matrix. The matrix. This is the space enclosed by the inner membrane. It houses approximately 2/3 of the total proteins in the mitochondria. Within the matrix, there are various enzymes that facilitate the production ATP. Some play crucial roles in the oxidation of pyruvate and fatty acids, as well as catalyzing the TCA cycle. Additionally, it contains essential components such as mitochondrial DNA, mitochondrial ribosomes, transfer RNAs, and other enzymes required for gene expression. Note that the primary function of the mitochondria is to produce ATP for the cell.